Welcome back, Warriors of the Mind. This is day 4 of your 7-day self-discipline challenge, and you've just crossed the most important threshold of this entire journey. You've made it past the halfway point, which means you're no longer someone who just starts things. You're someone who follows through. Today, we're entering the battlefield that determines everything else in your life: your mind. While the world around you spins faster and louder every day, you're about to discover how to become the calm in the center of any storm. Before we dive into this transformation, I need you to anchor this moment with intention. Drop one word in the comments right now: calm, and let's create a space of peace before the world tries to steal it from us. Here's a truth that will change how you see everything. You will never have control over the chaos around you. The notifications will keep coming, the deadlines will keep pressing, the world will keep demanding your attention, your energy, your peace of mind. But here's what you do have control over, and it's the only thing that actually matters: your response to it all. Your ability to remain centered when everything else is spinning. Your capacity to think clearly when everyone else is reacting emotionally. Today's world isn't just noisy, it's strategically designed to overwhelm you. Every app, every notification, every headline is engineered to trigger your fight or flight response, to keep you in a constant state of reactivity. But mental discipline? That's your superpower. That's what makes you unshakable even when everything around you is on fire. Today, you're going to learn how to build an inner fortress that no external chaos can penetrate. Let me describe a moment that I know you've lived 1,000 times. You finally sit down to work on something important, something that matters to you. You've cleared your schedule, you've prepared your space, you're ready to dive deep. Then your phone buzzes. Just once. You ignore it. Then a notification pops up on your computer. You dismiss it. Then someone calls your name from the other room. Then another notification. Then another buzz. Then your mind starts racing. What if it's important? What if I'm missing something? What if? Suddenly, you're not working anymore. You're not focused. You're scattered across a dozen different stimuli, and that deep, meaningful work you were going to do, it's gone. Replaced by a frantic, reactive state where you're constantly putting out fires instead of building something meaningful. We've been trained to react to everything immediately. We've been conditioned to believe that every notification, every interruption, every external demand deserves our instant attention. But here's the truth. Real power comes from stillness. Real strength comes from your ability to stay centered when everything else is pulling you in different directions. If you know exactly what this chaos feels like, drop the word noise in the comments. Because the first step to rising above it is acknowledging that we're all swimming in the same overwhelming ocean of distraction. Now I'm going to share something that most people completely misunderstand about mental discipline. They think it's about forcing yourself to focus, about grinding through distractions with pure willpower. But that's like trying to swim upstream against a raging river. You'll exhaust yourself and get nowhere. Real mental discipline isn't about forcing focus. It's about building a system, a mindset, that filters out the junk before it even reaches your consciousness. It's about creating boundaries so strong that chaos can't penetrate them. Let me show you what mentally disciplined people do differently, because once you understand this, you'll never be the same. First, they pause before reacting. When something demands their attention, they don't immediately jump. They take a breath. They ask themselves, is this actually important, or is this just urgent? Most things that feel urgent are actually just noise disguised as priority. Second, they protect their space, both physical and digital. They turn off notifications during focused work. They create physical environments that support concentration. They guard their mental space like a bouncer guards a VIP room. Not everything gets in. Third, they schedule focus and defend it like their life depends on it. They don't wait for the perfect moment to do deep work. They create that moment, they protect it, and they treat it as sacred. They understand that focus is not something that happens to you, it's something you create. Fourth, they know when to say no, and they say it without guilt. They understand that not everything deserves their energy. Not every conversation needs their input. Not every problem needs their solution. They're selective about where they invest their mental resources. Here's the key insight. Your mind is like a room, and you are the gatekeeper. You get to decide what comes in. You get to decide what gets your attention. You get to decide what deserves your mental energy. Most people live with the door wide open, letting everything and everyone walk through whenever they want. But you're about to become the bouncer of your own consciousness. This is where we get brutally honest about what's stealing your peace. Self-awareness is the first step to self-mastery, and I need you to look directly at what's been fragmenting your focus. I want you to comment one word below. Your biggest distraction right now. The thing that pulls you away from what matters most. Maybe it's phone. Maybe it's overthinking. Maybe it's people who don't respect your boundaries. Maybe it's noise from the world around you. Maybe it's doubt, that inner voice that keeps you second-guessing yourself. Whatever it is, call it out. Name it. Because here's something powerful. What you can name, you can control. What you can identify, you can eliminate. What you can see clearly, you can overcome. I'm going to be reading every single one of these comments, and I want you to know that naming your distraction isn't admitting weakness. It's claiming your power. It's the first step toward building the mental fortress that will protect your peace for the rest of your life. I need you to understand something crucial about the world we're living in. It's not going to slow down. The pace isn't going to decrease. The demands aren't going to lessen. If anything, they're going to intensify. So you have two choices, and this choice will determine the quality of your entire life. You can be constantly shaken by it, always reactive, always overwhelmed, always feeling like you're one step behind the chaos. You can live in a state of perpetual stress, always trying to catch up, always feeling like you're drowning in demands and distractions. Or you can build a mind so rooted, so centered, so disciplined that chaos can't touch it. You can become the person who remains calm in crisis, who thinks clearly under pressure, who stays focused when everyone else is scattered. Mental strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, moment by moment, choice by choice. And it starts when you make a fundamental decision. I choose what I react to. I choose how I show up. I choose what gets my attention and what gets ignored. This isn't just about productivity or success. This is about your peace of mind. This is about your ability to be present with the people you love. This is about your capacity to enjoy your life instead of just surviving it. Here's your mission for today, and I want you to treat this like the life-changing practice it is. First, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, not just silent, completely unavailable for notifications. Give yourself permission to be unreachable for a few hours. The world will not end. The emergencies will handle themselves. Your peace of mind is more important than being instantly available to everyone else's chaos. Second, take 15 minutes for complete silence. No music, no podcasts, no scrolling, no distractions. Just you and your thoughts. Sit with yourself. Breathe deeply. Let your mind settle like sediment in still water. This isn't meditation. This is mental training. This is you learning to be comfortable in your own mind. Third, use this quiet time to write. Write about what you're thinking. Write about what you're feeling. Write about what you want. Write about what's been bothering you. Get it out of your head and onto paper. External clarity starts with internal clarity. Remember this, you don't need a perfect environment to be powerful. You don't need ideal conditions to be focused. You don't need the world to be quiet for you to find your center. You just need a clear mind in the middle of the storm. Drop your distraction word in the comments right now. Make that commitment. Then go create your 15 minutes of silence. Tomorrow, we're going to take this beautiful mental stillness you're building and transform it into purposeful, powerful action. You're not just building discipline, you're building an unshakable foundation for everything else in your life. You're calm, you're clear, you're in control, and tomorrow, you're going to be even stronger. See you on day 5, champion.